Most B2B agency owners have no idea what they're doing with AI. But in this video, I'll explain to you what an AI operating system is and why you need one. By the time this video ends, you'll understand what an AI operating system is, the best way to use it for your agency, and why client businesses like yours specifically get the most out of one. I've run my own AI agency on an AIOS for the last few months, so I can definitely tell you it works. Let's get into it. You might have heard the term AIOS or AI operating system going around. Or maybe you've heard AI Brain or AI Knowledge Base, and you're hearing that this is the way to go over a whole bunch of different AI tools. But you don't really know what an AI operating system really means. An AI operating system is an AI engine that powers your business. It's one system that makes all of your tools talk to each other and fills in the jobs you can't do or hire for. It's not developer infrastructure, and it's not a software you buy, and it's not another tool subscription. The tools you currently use, AI or not, usually do one job when you operate it. An AI operating system connects those tools, holds your business context, and runs all of the different jobs without you operating them. And this is much more than operating ChatGPT. A lot of people are still using AI in that sense, where they're asking AI questions and copy-pasting the answers. The AI operating system connects that AI intelligence to your tools, so it can actually get work done for you, instead of you having to go back and forth in a chat box. And so that's the basics of what an AI operating system is, but not necessarily how it works. I've told you that it connects to your tools into one system and operates them for you, but just telling you that doesn't really show you anything and you're still confused. So how does it actually connect your tools together? Why is that important? How does that help you? That's the next thing we're going to cover. The 5 layers of an AI operating system, what each layer does, how they connect, and how it helps you. You need to know about each layer of the AI operating system because all 5 work together in actually creating a system that's usable. You can't have an AIOS without them because it would be substantially less powerful. Each layer is built on the one before it, and all 5 create the powerful AI setup that you see everyone using. And so here are the 5 different layers. You've got context on the bottom, next is data, intelligence, automate, and build. And I'll explain each one. Firstly, your context layer. This allows your AI workspace to know your business. It's essentially a knowledge base that the AI works off of. You're going to teach it about your clients, so who they are, what they do, how big they are, how much revenue they make. You'll teach it about your offers, so your main offer, any low ticket, any higher ticket, all those different things. How you deliver each of them. So for your main one, do you work one-on-one? Do you work in a group setting? And you tell it every bit of your strategy about your business, so it knows as much as possible. The second layer is data, and this is basically every number in one place, gathered daily so AI can understand it. This layer connects your client meetings, your emails, all of your numbers, all of your communication into one place daily so AI can actually track how your business is doing on a regular basis. If the numbers are low, AI can tell you, and if the numbers are high, the AI can congratulate you. Layer 3 is intelligence, and this connects the first 2 layers, as these 2 tell everything about your business, and AI is able to make sense of them and tell you what actually matters. The combination of layers 1 and 2 allow the intelligence layer to communicate with you and inform you on where your business currently stands and what needs attention today. The next layer is automate. So this is your actual business jobs running on a schedule or when you call for them or after a certain event. And once you've set up the first 3 layers to track how your business is doing, you can start connecting your business tools to actually have the AI get the tasks done for you. And when you actually connect these tools, they go back into your data or your context, and your intelligence knows what's going on. Layer 5 tops us off, and it's the build layer. The build layer isn't really a true layer of the AI operating system. It's more of the thing that you get back. Once you've automated and delegated your work to AI, you get the time back. And that time back is spent on working on the business and growing it rather than working in the business. The first 4 are really what allow AI to help you in your business. And those first 4 build on number 5 to allow AI to take over most of the tasks and allow you to work on the business. And this anatomy gives us a little more clarification, but it's still not a real example on the tools that you actually use. Most people are just finding new AI tools to use, but not actually putting them into a system. And they're definitely not getting the full benefits. So next, we're going to look at using the individual tools versus setting up a system so AI can use your tools efficiently. Using one tool only gets you the results that the tool was built for. And using a tool in a system is just one step in the process. It's the actual system that saves you time. For example, let's look at a sales system. You start with a lead, they fill out your form, and a sales call goes on your schedule. To fully ensure that you have a good meeting and to land that lead as a client, you do the following tasks. You research them before the sales call. Then on the sales call, you make sure it's recorded. Then, based on the transcript, you send them any one-pagers or materials they might need. After the sales call is up, you put them in the CRM, and you have to track them manually to send follow-up emails. Those emails happen at set points in time, a day after, 3 days after, or a week after, to keep touching base with them. And in what I just said, there's a whole bunch of different tools that got listed. You need some sort of way to research your client, the Zoom call or Fathom recording for a transcribing tool. You need your email, your calendar, and your Google Drive, as well as your CRM. So without the system, you are the glue. The lead comes in, you have to research them, the research comes to you, you have to make the prep doc for yourself, you have to log them in your CRM, you have to make sure the call recorder actually is useful and logged into your docs. You have to take the docs and email them afterward. You have to keep track of when you emailed them and keep following up. And so you can see everything comes back to you. Versus, let's take a look at what an AIOS does. With an AIOS, the system is the glue. So the lead gets onto your calendar, and the AIOS sees that and launches the researcher agent for you. The researcher comes back, gives it to the AIOS, sends you that document, but it also logs in the CRM, saves it in the docs, and prepares you for the actual recording. On the recording, Fathom takes the notes, and your AIOS gathers that later, adds them to your CRM, sends the actual email out from the one-pagers, so the one-pagers go here to the email, and then in your CRM, there's some sort of date showing you, tracking the follow-up for you. So the CRM talks to the AIOS, or the AIOS sees the date in the CRM, gathers it, and drafts an email for you to go review. So you can see the AIOS is doing the actual work for you. All you need to do is approve and talk to the client and use whatever the AIOS specifically gives you. The difference here is each individual tool without AI is just a tool. So your email is just a tool, researcher, docs, CRM, call recorder. They're all just tools that you're using to get work done. You have to transfer everything from one to the next. You're basically doing everything. The AI operating system is actually the connection for each of those tools, and that connection is what allows AI to do the work for you. So your AIOS is connected to all of these different items. It can read your emails, it can start up the research, it has access to your docs, so on and so forth. And since it has access to everything, it can route the right things to where they need to go since it has that access. You are no longer the one doing the majority of the work because AI handles it for you. A quick one before we keep going. If you want help implementing your own AI operating system into your business, I offer a free AI business audit where I'll map out exactly where your time is going and what an AIOS can automate first. Link is in the description. I mentioned the sales system because almost every business has something set up like this, where they have to research, do emails, log them into the CRM, make sure the call is recorded. And while AI can adapt to that standard process in every business, the AI operating system adapts to any business. Some businesses might benefit more than others because they have processes that line up directly with what an AIOS does. And I want to tell you why a client service business like yours, such as a marketing or sales agency, benefits greatly. You came to this video to see why your agency needs an AIOS. Client service businesses like agency benefit greatly from an AI operating system simply because you're doing a lot of repeated work per different client. Your back office essentially runs the same machinery for each client. Each client gets a proposal, and then you onboard them. Weekly, you send status updates and meet on Zoom each week. You send them different follow-up emails, and you send a regular invoice and whatever else. All of this work is essentially the same. It's repeatable, but it's manual. And that's exactly what an AI operating system is good at. You need to run the machine at every engagement, and that machine gets run the same way every time. A lot of this work just comes down to tool coordination and repetition. And since the automations ran by an AI operating system thrive on the instructions of each task, you can simply write SOPs for how to onboard or how to send a proposal, how to send out client scheduling links and status updates. And basically the instructions of each task and the connections between tools allow the whole process to stay coordinated and on track for each client. And so Without an AIOS, you can see that entrepreneurs spend around 70% of their time working in the business. So that's working on everything I just mentioned before. The entrepreneur is the one on the call, they're the one sending the proposal, setting up meetings and status updates. But when you install an AI operating system that runs your machine for you, that number flips. It allows you to work on building the relationships, getting new clients, hiring a better team for the human tasks, and overall growing the business. And so time freedom and increased revenue are the two obvious benefits of an AI operating system. And so to get more evidence that this actually works, once you set your own up, there are 3 more metrics to track in terms of what an AIOS gives back. Firstly is your away from desk autonomy. This is basically how much of the business can run without you at the desk operating things. The second seems similar to the first, but it's what % of your tasks actually run themselves. Thirdly is your revenue per employee. And here's how to measure each of these 3. For the first one, away from desk autonomy, as a CEO, how long can you go on vacation before things start to break down? Can your team handle things without you? And does your business run like a system without needing you as the glue to hold it all together? For the percentage of your tasks that run by themselves, the thing to track here is if your task list is shrinking. So is the amount of work you're actually doing day to day and month over month, how many of those are actually handled by AI versus what you still have to do by hand? And the same thing for your team. And also, are you finding more things to do that AI can't, such as actually attending networking meetings, relationship building, and business development? Lastly is the revenue per employee. And since AI is able to handle a lot of tasks per employee, you should be able to run on a leaner team while still generating more revenue. And so, since you are leaner, the revenue per employee you're generating should go up. But now that you've seen the benefits and you might be bought in, you don't necessarily know where to start. I've shown you 5 layers, and that's a lot to build all at once, or it might seem way too overwhelming. And so you might be a little worried you won't be able to build this. And so the next section is actually going to cover how you can start on your own so it's not overwhelming and you'll actually get it completed. You're either overwhelmed by the 5 layers or you're overeager and you want to build everything now. I'm here to tell you not to do that actually. Both of these will lead you down the path of either not starting or starting and getting it wrong. Everything in the AIOS really relies on the first 2 layers, and that's context and data. And even the data layer relies on the context. So the first thing you need to do is build your context layer, which is pretty simple. A context layer will help you no matter what AI you're using because allowing AI to read what your business is up to just gives it better results. And so you're going to build your context layer by gathering and or writing down everything in your business. You'll essentially be teaching AI your business. Write down or gather every document on the following: your client avatar, your general business info, how you funnel people into your business, your general business strategy, your business's main offer, some information on your branding, and some information about yourself as the founder. Include everything you've got, the more the better. And once you've gathered everything, spin up Claude Code. Open Claude Code to a new folder in your computer, label it AIOS, and we're going to start working in this folder. Once you've got everything, I want you to drag every file and folder you've created or found into that main AIOS folder. You're going to tell Claude Code, create a context folder, and in this context folder, organize everything I've given to you into the folder in a way that you can look up and understand everything about my business from the documents I've provided. Ask me as many follow-up questions as you need to fill in the blanks on my business. From there, set up a claude.md file that allows you to reference any context file that you might need to answer questions about my business with more accuracy. And so you can pause the video, copy this prompt, add or remove anything you'd like, but make sure just provide as much context about your business as possible. Once you've finished your work with Claude, from then on, working in this workspace, Claude will have access to all of your context and will be able to make informed decisions for your business when you're working together one-on-one. And that's just the first layer of your AI operating system. And so that's the AI operating system. One system, 5 layers, and your tools are finally talking to each other and AI is doing work for you. You know what it is, why your client business gets the most out of one, and where to start with context. If you want help implementing any of this, offer a free AI business audit where I'll map out exactly where your time is going and what to have AIOS automate first. Link is in the description. And if this cleared things up, please subscribe. I post regular videos every Tuesday and Friday, and tell me in the comments which of the 5 layers is your business missing the most. Thanks for watching.